All right, so moving on, let's go back to our experiences starting off powerlifting.
Oh, like first
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah. So this podcast we're talking to mainly to those that want to start out lifting, and we want to answer some questions.
Yeah, commonly asked questions.
Yep. And one thing that I'm just personally curious is how easy or how hard was it for you to start lifting in the first place? When did you start lifting?
My God. So
You're like a wise old man.
like
Where
with
do
my
I
beard.
start?
With like long eyebrows.
Yeah. That's exactly what you look like, by the way.
Yeah, when I first started strength training, like
Yep.
when I first started, because before I used to go to the gym and like just like do a little bit of cardio here and there, maybe like some machines.
Yeah.
That was about it. Like it's very hard to approach a rack.
Yep.
Like people don't even know how to like
Yeah.
change the rack height.
Yeah.
Like for a lot of girls, after changing the rack height, they need to lift a bar up to the rack.
Yeah.
That's heavy.
It's
right?
heavy. Yeah.
So I didn't really approach the rack until I broke up with my boyfriend of five almost 6 years. Like I thought I was gonna get married to him.
Wow.
Like we were high school sweethearts.
Yeah.
Like he was the love of my life. And
Where was this? Was this in Hong Kong?
I met him in high school in America, but he was from Hong Kong.
All right. Okay.
So like I thought I was gonna get married to him, and then like we broke up, and I had a lot of anger pent up.
Yeah.
And that's when I started lifting.
This is exactly the same as me.
Really?
So, it's funny.
Yeah, so I was just like, I gotta use this energy.
Yeah.
And I started going to the gym, downloaded strong lifts, you know, like the 5x5.
Yeah.
Like that's how everyone starts. And I just downloaded 5x5, like really shit form.
Yeah.
Like just lift. Like I thought I was getting stronger, but I was just cutting depth every week.
Yeah. I'm getting stronger.
Yeah.
But you know deep down that it's like,
and you know deep down, like gotta ask yourself. Like, oh yeah, that was depth. Anyways.
Yeah.
That's how I started, and it wasn't this idea of like, oh, I want to get stronger. I wanted to. That's when I also had gained a lot of weight from too much partying and eating crunchies.
Right.
That I was just like, I want to like change my body. I want to change myself, and that's why I started lifting. That's when I started consuming content on YouTube. Some of the fitness, like the OG fitness influencers, who started talking about the benefits of strength training.
Right.
Like I remember like following like Buff Bunny.
Yeah.
And like it's just like, oh wow, like I really want her body.
Yeah.
And she's squatting, she's deadlifting, like, oh, I gotta do what she's doing,
Yeah.
right? So that's how I started, and yeah, it was actually for the reason of like a nice, strong looking toned body.
Yeah.
And also like growing a butt as well. That's why I started off with squats.
You
and
used your
deadlifts.
energy. I thought of my situation as like a revenge at the time. Like, I want him to like regret this whole thing.
Yeah.
But then I started lifting, and then I just fell in love with it, and I forgot. I completely forgot about him. But that was the start of my journey for sure.
Oh, like it's like,
builds
oh,
up energy. It's
he's
like,
gonna regret this.
yeah, exactly. Which is kind of embarrassing now that I talk about it.
No.
But I'm glad I did it. You know.
Yeah, that's how we start.
Yeah, lots of built up energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Cool.
Interesting. Okay, and you were saying when you were starting, there were no women strength training.
There were some in Hong Kong.
Yep.
But like, honestly, compared, like I talk about it like as if I'm like, you know, like 65 and like back in my day. But then like actually back when I first started, there weren't that many resources. Like now there's TikTok, there's Instagram Reels, there are so many like real fitness coaches, not just like influencers who post like
Yeah.
fake news,
Yeah.
but like because there are a lot of like
Yeah.
false, wrong content out there,
Mhm.
but there are also really good coaches posting content out there for free
Yeah.
for you to consume and for you to start your journey. We did not have that. Like I had to do like like Google research, but then like I knew like Google research wasn't enough, so I was subscribed to Mass.
Yeah.
Like reading all these journals that I probably didn't actually know what they meant.
Yeah.
I would like read the top bit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, this one.
I feel you.
Back then,
Yeah.
So yeah, we didn't have that many resources, and for me, like fast forward to when I came to Korea, I realized less girls were doing strength training.
Yep.
Compared to even Hong Kong. Because Hong Kong's more westernized, right? They speak English. There's a huge expat community.
Yeah, the language is a big thing. I think too.
So. Like
Yeah.
that really slows down the language barrier slows down like the trends as
Yeah.
well.
I think so too. And like, I also looked at social media and then I was like, oh, she's really cool. Like, I want to be like her. I started lifting at my university gym actually.
Yeah.
And
Was it a good gym?
it was nice.
Really?
Yeah. And like
I wish
a lot of
my
like
uni had it.
rugby players would be there because it's like a club sport gym.
Yeah.
Like American football guys, rugby guys, like judo guys would be like come in groups and then go training, and then there wouldn't be any girls, like just
Yeah,
me.
that's true.
And I would just like do my squats when no one was there.
Yeah.
And then
Because you were too shy.
yeah, and then whenever they would come in, I would rack it and then go back to like doing other stuff. I was so embarrassed. But like we all start
And this
somewhere.
is you who grew up in Australia.
yeah.
It's like
I know.
if you had the courage to do that, it's like a lot of the other Japanese girls wouldn't even have the courage to walk into
Yeah,
that gym.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like you go to the gym, kind of like
Yeah.
why? Kind of thing. Like only guys are there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not supposed to go. Kind
Yeah, it's like if we talk about it like this way,
of. Yeah.
so much has changed in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
couple years.
For sure. For
so
sure.
much.
Yeah. But back in like Australia, right? Like even when I was in high school, a lot of girls, like a lot of friends would go to the gym. Yeah. I was like, oh yeah,
That's
I'm gonna finish school
crazy.
and then I'm gonna go to the gym.
That's so crazy.
A lot of the girls, but like I was never like the sport type of person.
Oh,
back
I
then.
sucked at sports.
And
I was like, count me out. Like, you know, like mile run. Oh, I think I have a stomach ache.
yeah.
I think I have a fever.
And like a lot of the Australian people are really sporty, right? Swimming,
Yeah.
like running, rugby, and like touch
Yeah,
football and stuff.
crazy.
And I was this little Asian girl,
Um,
and I never thought that I would be into sports.
yeah. My parents literally laugh about it to this day.
Yeah.
Like, we thought you were gonna be some like academic nerd, like even when you're older. And
Yeah.
then, like now you're like a fitness coach. Like what? And they just like laugh.
I know, right? So I never like had that kind of confidence to be like, oh, like I'm good at this, you
Yeah.
know? So like starting out, I was just super like shy and like, oh.
But speaking of like being good at something,
yeah,
I sucked.
I suck.
like most people like fall in love with it because like, oh, like I think I'm kind of good at this.
Yeah.
With you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas like for me, my first coach, who is now my colleague and good friend, CK, he coached me when he first started out as a coach, and he used to call me like there's a story of like smart horse, like bad horse,
Yeah.
and stupid horse.
Okay.
And he told me that like story,
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah, you're the stupid horse. And like,
Just something to say to your client.
well,
Well, maybe it doesn't mean like that. But like,
I think he meant it like that. And then it's like the stupid horse is the one that like actually sucks at everything,
Oh,
but
yeah.
like keeps going.
right.
And that was me. Like he like talks about it like, oh, back when I was coaching Esther, like she was bad at everything.
Right.
It's like you would have the same input like multiple times.
Yeah.
And like I wouldn't get it until like 3 months later. It's like, oh, this is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
But then, given that background, given how like uncoordinated and just like really bad at things with my body, I can coach people like that. Yeah.
You resonate. Yeah.
I resonate with the girls that are really shit at everything.
Yeah.
And then it's like I have to tell them I was like that too. So
Yeah.
like don't give up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, it helps me as a coach, I think.
Don't you think now, like, don't you wish that you had documented more of like how you started?
Yeah.
How interesting would it be? Like,
I mean, I do have like 2 terabytes of like footage.
oh,
And like
time
that's
to go
why
through.
I got a new phone because I ran out of 2 terabytes of iCloud.
right.
Like I do have a lot of footage, but I wish I made more content then.
Yeah.
Like talking about this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah. Thinking from it from perspective now. Okay, yeah. I guess people start off usually being like, oh, I'm good at this. I enjoy it because I'm better than a lot of other people. But for you, it was just like the training aspect and like problem solving was really fun for you. And then that's how.
It's like for me,
Yeah.
I first started strength training like after the breakup when I was really at a low in my life.
Yeah.
Right. And the training progress was like it gave me direct confidence into, okay, if I can overcome this, if I can lift this weight this week, like I can work hard and do things outside of the gym. Like it gave it that confidence translated to outside of the gym. And yeah, I was just a more confident person.
Yeah. That's so true. And it like goes with a lot of things that you do on a daily basis. Like if I can do this, I didn't think I would ever be an athlete being so uncoordinated as a kid. Like if I can do this, like I can do anything.
I can learn anything.
Yeah. That's such a liberating thought, don't you think?
Yeah, it really is. It's like, I remember like discounting myself as like, oh, I'm really bad at running.
Yeah.
And then like, I was just like, wait, like I did powerlifting, now I'm a powerlifting coach. And then I started running.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can run.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't restrict yourself with your own thoughts, right? And like, I think for me, the next challenge is for us, business, right? It's like, don't tell yourself you're bad at business.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell yourself you're bad with finances.
Yeah.
Like, start like identifying yourself as someone who's good at it.
Yeah.
And you'll become that person.
Because you're just limiting yourself by saying that to yourself.
Yeah.
And you won't do it. And, you know, and there could be a lot of, like, opportunities and, like, a different world that you could go into. But you just limit yourself by saying, I'm not good at this.
Yeah.
Like, I have so many, like, clients offline that come to me as, like, I'm really bad at sports. I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I don't believe
Every
a single
person.
word of that. Yeah.
It's actually, though, it's interesting. It's actually the clients, the athletes that come thinking that they're actually talented at something, talented in strength training, or like, oh, I think I have a bit of strength, or like, well, I think I'm pretty athletic. They're the ones that don't stick around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The ones that stick around are the ones that came like from the bottom, like they know that they're bad. They've overcome some challenges along the way. Whether like it's like really being bad at like bench press and like gaining some mass in the upper body and like seeing those numbers go up, like overcoming those challenges make them stay.
I think they're more sensitive to progress too, right?
Yeah.
So like the people that are already good, it's just normal to them.
It doesn't like, it shouldn't come easy.
Yeah. That's what's good. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Good thought, wise old man.